Okay, so today we are going to talk a little bit about Hong Kong. Hong Kong is located at the mouth of the Pearl River, and as you can see on the map, it is on China's southern coast. Hong Kong covers an area that's just over 1,100 square miles, but only 400 of those miles are actually made up of land. The rest of them are just the water and the other surrounding area. Hong Kong is made up of a peninsula, and that peninsula is attached to mainland China, and it also has over 200 islands. The two biggest islands are the island of Hong Kong and Lantau Island. Lantau Island is actually Hong Kong's biggest island. As you can see on the map, the peninsula part of Hong Kong is actually divided into two sections, and those two sections are the New Territories in the north and the Kowloon Peninsula in the south. In 2013, Hong Kong was recorded to have a population of over 7 million people, and it has one of the highest population densities in the entire world. It also ranks up in the top 10 areas for the longest life expectancies in the world. Hong Kong is not quite an independent nation. It is actually one of the two special administrative regions for the People's Republic of China. So what this means is that it is a dependency of China, but it operates autonomously. And to define autonomously, it is actually a country that self-governs, but it has its own laws. So Hong Kong is under the rule of China, but it actually governs itself. It's actually under something that is called the governing principle of one country, two systems. Okay, so one country, two systems. What exactly does that mean? Let's talk first a little bit about Hong Kong, how Hong Kong came to be where it is today, and then hopefully the one country, two systems will make more sense. Hong Kong was ruled by the United Kingdom for a long time, and the United Kingdom got its control from China. As you can see on the map, I've written some dates. And in 1842, the United Kingdom gained control of Hong Kong Island after it defeated China in the First Opium War. Several years later, in 1860, the UK gained control over the Kowloon Peninsula. And then still several years later, in 1898, China leased the rest of the islands and the land that came to be known as the New Territories to the United Kingdom. That lease is to last for 99 years, and China wanted control of the colony back from the UK once that lease expired. The lease between China and the UK actually expired on July 1st, 1997, and that's when China regained control of Hong Kong. Okay, back to one country, two systems. Hong Kong actually has their own constitution, and it is called the Basic Law. And what it does is it states that Hong Kong and China will coexist for 50 years after the power was handed over in July of 1997. So this means that Hong Kong is under Chinese rule, but there are actually many differences between the two countries. Hong Kong and China operate under two different political and economic systems. When China regained control of Hong Kong, it was allowed to keep its capitalist system. So what is a capitalist system, you ask? It's a system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit rather than by the state. When China took control again, Hong Kong was also allowed to keep their judicial system and their system of laws, as well as their free trade and their freedom of speech. The people of China did not get to experience these luxuries. According to the Basic Law, and remember that's the constitution that's in place for Hong Kong, the two countries, like I said, will coexist for 50 years like this, and that deadline is set to expire in 2047. The document that does not state what will happen when it does expire, so the future of Hong Kong is still a little bit, nobody's really sure what's going to happen once that deadline expires. The article in the next activity that I'm going to have you guys read talks a little bit about what I've already talked about, but then it goes into some more detail about the trade, the finance, and the tourism of Hong Kong. So download that article and read it, and then there's an activity after that I'm going to have you guys do, and So just keep going through the bundle, and I'll see you guys on Monday.